final step is take the roast out of the oven, but wait. Let it rest. I know it's very enticing when you have those aromas that you want to slice into that meat and chow down, but it's so critical right now that you must let the roast rest. Let me explain to you why it's so critical. The meat needs to denature and coagulate. What, you ask? Meat is made up of building blocks called amino acids. These amino acids are bound together in long coiled chains. Some amino acids are negative, some are positive. Some amino acids are water-loving and some are water-hating. Imagine these chains as a pearl necklace, and each pearl is an individual amino acid. Water is bound to the water-loving amino acids, or think of each individual pearl with some water bound to it. The chain of amino acids, or the pearl necklace, begins to bind together. It starts to coil. And when it coils, those water-loving amino acids hold on to the water, and then the positive and the negative come together, and it creates a little pocket that binds the water and the flavors into the protein. So when you're cooking the roast, you're applying heat, and this denatures the protein, which means that all of those little coiled chains start to unwind, and that releases all of the water and flavor into the roast. Once this process is done, coagulation starts. All that means is that the chains are going to coil up again, and the amino acids are going to have the water attached to them, the flavors, and they're going to come and they're going to make these little pockets again. In these pockets, we want to have lots of water and flavor. So that means that the pockets should still have some size to them. If you are cooking at high heat and quickly, you generally will evaporate that water, and when these little pockets are created again, they're going to be smaller and smaller, to the point where if you have really well done meat, you don't even have a pocket anymore. And that is why you get a hockey puck. Cooking at a lower temperature allows coagulation to occur and for it to retain moistness and flavor. So now we're back to our roast is resting, and this is why it's so critical for you to allow that resting time. So you can bring it out, you can put a little tent over it if it's chilly outside, let that roast rest for a good 20 minutes. If it's a really lovely day, you probably don't even have to bother with the tented foil, but let it rest. You're giving a chance for the meat to finish coagulating and retain inside the water, the juices, all of the flavor. If you cut into that roast before that happens, you will lose all of those precious, delicious juices. And you'll wind up with a roast that's dry and not as flavorful.